Once upon a midnight dreary, when the moon hung like a crooked grin in the sky, a small town nestled deep in the woods found itself blanketed in an unnatural stillness. The air, usually crisp with the scent of pine, had taken on an eerie sweetness that clung to the back of the throat like saccharine honey. In a quaint little house, perched at the edge of the forest, lived a girl named Lily. Her smile was the envy of the town, a radiant curve that could chase away the darkest clouds. But tonight, her smile was a mask, hiding the unease that gnawed at her insides. She had heard whispers on the wind, murmurs of something lurking just beyond the treeline, something that had come to town with the mist. The clock on the wall ticked with a cheerful rhythm, but each tick seemed to echo louder, a slow drumbeat in her chest. She couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching her, something with eyes that glowed like embers in the shadows. Lily's mother, with her ever-present, gentle smile, kissed her goodnight, smoothing the blankets over her with hands that trembled just slightly. "Sleep well, my darling," she whispered, her voice like a lullaby. But as the door clicked shut, Lily caught a glimpse of something in her mother's eyes, fear, sharp and glinting like a knife hidden beneath the softness. Lying in bed, the darkness around her seemed to swell, pressing in on her from all sides. The smile on the moon twisted, as if mocking her unease. Her eyes fluttered shut, and the world faded into a restless sleep, where dreams danced with shadows that whispered her name. A creak echoed through the house, the sound of wood groaning under the weight of something that should not be. Lily's eyes snapped open, her heart pounding in her chest. The room was bathed in an unnatural glow, a soft, sickly light that seeped through the window. She sat up, her breath hitching in her throat. The light outside pulsed, growing brighter with each heartbeat. A shape moved in the shadows, tall and thin, its limbs too long, too slender to be human. It walked with a slow, deliberate grace, its head tilted in a grotesque parody of curiosity. The smile on its face was wide, too wide, stretching from ear to ear, filled with teeth that gleamed like polished bone. Lily's heart hammered in her chest as the figure stopped just outside her window. Its eyes locked onto hers, glowing with a malevolent light that seemed to pierce straight through her soul. The smile never wavered, a constant, terrible thing that twisted her insides with dread. She wanted to scream, to cry out for her mother, but the words were trapped in her throat, strangled by the fear that gripped her. The figure's smile widened, and its mouth began to move, forming words that echoed in her mind. "Smile, little one," it whispered, its voice like the rustling of leaves on a windless night. "Smile, and all your fears will fade away." Lily's lips trembled, her body frozen in place. The figure raised a hand, long fingers tapping on the glass, each tap sending a shiver down her spine. "Smile," it urged, its voice growing softer, more insistent. She couldn't look away from those eyes, couldn't escape the pull of that twisted, nightmarish grin. Slowly, as if compelled by some unseen force, her lips began to curve upwards. The smile felt wrong, forced, but she couldn't stop it. It stretched wider and wider until her cheeks ached, her skin pulled tight over her bones. The figure outside the window mirrored her smile, its eyes narrowing in satisfaction. The light grew blinding, filling the room with a sickening brilliance. And then, just as suddenly as it had appeared, the light vanished, leaving Lily in darkness once more. The next morning, the town awoke to find Lily's house empty. The bed was neatly made, the clock still ticking with its cheerful rhythm. But Lily was gone, and all that remained was a single, lingering trace of sweetness in the air, like the faintest hint of a smile that had long since faded. And in the woods, if you listened closely, you could hear the sound of soft, distant laughter, a laughter that echoed through the trees, carrying with it the ghost of a smile.